Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us this morning for our briefing, the Oregon Employment Department's briefing on Paid Leave Oregon. And it's been a while since we've done a media briefing, so I want to do some introductions. I am Rebecca Gibson King, Communications Director for the Oregon Employment Department. I apologize for not being on camera, but I'm having some technical difficulties. But we also have Employment Department Director David Gerstenfeld, Paid Leave Oregon Director Karen Madden Humelbaugh, and Paid Leave Oregon Communications Officer Angela Yeager. This is the first in a series of weekly media briefings that we'll be hosting through September, focused on the rollout of Paid Leave Oregon. We'll be sending out media advisories a few days before each briefing, so you guys know when we're hosting them. Now I'm going to turn it over to Communications Officer Angela Yeager, who will be running the briefing for us. Go ahead, Angela.
Thanks, Rebecca. Appreciate it. A couple of quick notes. This call is being recorded, and we will post the recording online and send out the link after the briefing. We will take questions after opening remarks from David and Karen, so you'll get a chance to ask your questions then. If you have any technical difficulties or otherwise unable to ask your question, please send an email to communications@employ.oregon.gov and we'll assist you. I'm now going to turn it over to Employment Department Director David Gerstenfeld, who will make some brief remarks, followed by Paid Leave Oregon Director Karen Madden Humelbaugh. Please go ahead, David.
Thank you, Angela, and thank you everybody for joining us today. Today, I'm very excited to share that we will begin accepting applications for Paid Leave Oregon on August 14th through Francis Online, our new modernized system. Employees will be able to apply through Francis Online in English or in Spanish or by paper to take paid leave starting September 3rd. We expect it will take about 2 weeks after the program officially starts on September 3rd for benefits to be approved. Oregon has been a real trailblazer, creating our state unpaid leave program, the Oregon Family Leave Act, or OFLA, before the Family Medical Leave Act, or FMLA, its federal counterpart, became a national law. With Paid Leave Oregon, we're again at the forefront, creating this new paid leave program to help support Oregon working families. The legislature created this program in 2019 as House Bill 2005, and it became effective September 30th of that year. Since then, we've consulted with a few other states that already have paid leave programs, learning from their experiences. We built Oregon's program with lots of involvement with businesses, employees, and many other partners statewide. This is a major statewide program that we hope will have a profound impact on many Oregonians' lives. It will not only help individuals, but hopefully will help break some cycles of generational poverty and help businesses keep more of their skilled employees. Only 11 other states offer these benefits, and even fewer have safe leave like Paid Leave Oregon does. No two state programs are alike in their composition or how they operate, so we will learn a lot as the program actually starts to pay benefits. We'll be watching closely how many people apply for benefits, for what type of leave, and for how long. We will study what would make it easier for people to access the benefits, what will better support businesses as their employees take leave, and much more. And we're prepared to adjust quickly to what we learn. With any new program, we know that there will be some bumps. We're projecting possibly 41,000 claims right away and 12,000 claims per month on average on an ongoing basis. Each one of these claims represents an individual person with their unique life, needs, and set of circumstances. We've heard through social media from expectant parents eager to take bonding time with their babies, and from couples with surgeries planned who need time for caregiving. We expect to adjust and make fixes as we go, working with our partners and our customers and taking feedback on adjustments we should make. We're scheduling these weekly media briefings so we can communicate openly about any potential issues with this program launch, as well as solutions and how we are seeing the program impact Oregonians. We know we'll be adjusting the program to make it serve Oregon workers and businesses even better. We don't know what those adjustments will be yet, but they will all be aimed to make the program as easy to use as possible, as helpful to employees and employers, and as solvent and as efficient as possible. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our Paid Leave Oregon Director, Karen Humelbaugh, for some more updates.
Thanks, David. As David said, I'm Karen Humelbaugh, the Director of Paid Leave Oregon. Paid Leave Oregon is a new program that is going to allow workers to take paid time off for some of life's most important moments. This includes family leave to care for a family member with a serious illness or injury, or to bond with a new child after birth, adoption, or foster care placement, or medical leave. This is when you have your own serious health condition. And we also have safe leave for survivors of sexual assault, domestic violence, harassment, or stalking. Employees apply for paid leave through our new modernized online system, Francis Online. When we launch next week, I'm excited to share that it will be available in both English and Spanish. Starting August 14th, our website, which is at paidleave.oregon.gov, will have an employee toolkit with a lot of great resources that include an employee guidebook, videos that show folks how to create an account in Francis Online, and a checklist with helpful information about what you will need to apply. The application process and filing a claim for the first time in Francis Online will take somewhere between 30 minutes and an hour. This depends on how many documents and supporting materials the employee needs to provide. Logging in and setting up your account and filing your first claim application is going to take longer that first time than in future visits to Francis Online. We encourage applicants to use the checklist on our website so they know what they need to have ready so that they can apply. If employees have questions about the application process, they can check out our website for those helpful materials and videos. But we are also available to help through our website's Contact Us form at paidleave.oregon.gov, or you can email us at paidleave@oregon.gov. The first day people can actually take paid leave is September 3rd. If you qualify to take paid leave, it will take about 2 weeks to receive a benefit payment. Those payments will come via direct deposit or by prepaid debit card. It depends on the method that the individual chooses when they set up their Francis Online account. Our website, paidleave.oregon.gov, is the best place to go for helpful information. On August 14th, the website will be available in 8 languages, and it will have some new resources that includes guidebooks, checklists, videos, and also a benefits estimator calculator and an eligibility quiz. Strong customer care principles are at the core of Paid Leave Oregon. We have multiple ways in which we can serve Oregonians, including that Contact Us form, email, and phones. We're doing many different things to prepare for the launch of Paid Leave Oregon. We've been holding weekly Benefits Explained webinars since July, and we will continue these through the end of September. Before that series, we held a Contributions Explained series and a general weekly series about paid leave in Oregon. Training our frontline staff to be prepared to help customers has been our #1 priority. We've increased our staffing over the last couple of months in order to best serve the public. These new customer care staff will be answering phones and processing claims. Staff are located throughout the state, so they represent many communities, cultures, and languages in an effort to better help our customers. With any new program of this magnitude, along with a launch of a brand new modernized benefits portal, we know there are going to be bumps as we roll things out. We will be watching the data closely and making adjustments as quickly as possible as we identify those issues. We hope that you will all help us by communicating these issues and their solutions to your audiences. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to Angela so that we can have the question and answer portion of the briefing.
Thanks, Karen. Appreciate it. So we are now opening the lines to members of the media to ask questions. Please make sure you state to whom you are directing your question. We ask that you limit yourself to 1 question and 1 follow-up question. If you're joining us by phone, please make sure to hit *6 to unmute yourself. And if for some reason you don't get your question answered today, please email communications@employ.oregon.gov. So I'm going to see if anyone has their hands up. And see if I can figure this out. Okay, Ben Botkin,
Yes, this would be a question for David possibly, or Karen. I was just hoping to get a sense of some of the things you're doing behind the scenes just to prepare for any glitches or bumps in the road, like whether that's shift additional employees to IT work, or have additional people on site just when the rollout kicks off, just anything like that that you could point out. Thanks.
I can go ahead and answer this one, David. In terms of our contingency planning, we do have a pretty robust plan. And as I mentioned earlier, we will be looking at the data in the moment, watching phone call wait times, watching our email traffic, watching our processing, and making adjustments. And we'll do those pivots daily that we need to for our staffing. We also have all of our paid leave staff, whether they're those customer care folks or not, trained up and ready to help us with the claims processing in the background. In addition, we have other members of the employment department's team that will be available to help, as well as other agency staff that we can deploy if we need to.
Oh, and quick follow-up. How many staffers do you have?
I was just trying to check this before we got on this call. I believe we're right around, we're somewhere around 250 folks at this point in time.
And I will just add, Karen and her team have done a great job with that contingency planning. And we learned a lot when we went live with our Francis Online for Employers portal. So a lot of the things that worked well, we're continuing to use and adjusting that, of having our modernization experts, both our own employees and vendor employees, that are on the ground communicating regularly and ready to respond in the moment as much as possible. So Karen's team has planned for all the things we can anticipate, and then put a lot of good systems in place for the things that we weren't able to anticipate, but that we know are inevitable in a launch of something this big.
Okay, great. And next we have Lisa from Coin TV. Good to hear or see you again, Lisa. Go ahead.
Thanks, Angela. Question for either Karen or David. Relative to small employers, and there's very small employers, obviously they have concerns that they could have enough people out at one time so that they couldn't function. What have you seen or what have you learned, let's say from Washington State, from other places, to address those concerns?
We have put, the legislature actually, when they created this statute, did put some sideboards in place for small businesses that will assist them. In particular, small businesses do have the opportunity to have grants to help them when they need to temporarily fill a position, so that they can bring back that skilled employee when they're done with their paid leave. And so we want to make sure that they are not losing the employee that they've invested in, and making sure that they can return. And we are also I also want to bring up the resource that we have here internally. Through our work source centers, we have business services teams, and those folks are able to help businesses in doing a cross match for jobs for people that need to be filled temporarily. And so we're doing everything we can to support and assist those small businesses as they're allowing the employees to go out on paid leave, so that they can then return to the business and contribute again.
Great. Thank you, Lisa. And Jeff from OPB, go ahead.
Hi there. I guess this question is for David. I just want to confirm that people can start signing up on August 14th. Paid leave would begin September 3rd, and then it would be a couple weeks after that, at least until the benefits start being paid out. Do we have that right?
That's right. Statutorily, the benefit program doesn't actually start until September 3rd. One of the things that we learned from looking at other states' programs and their initial rollouts was that we thought it would be helpful to allow some people who know that they will be applying for leave to do that a little bit early. So that's why starting next Monday, people can start applying for the leave, but the benefits don't actually start until September 3rd. And then it may take up to a couple of weeks from that point for us to process those applications and get people their benefits.
Perfect. Thank you.
And let's see, Diane from the Statesman Journal, go ahead.
Hi, good morning there. I just want to clarify, I know taking a look, you can kind of start getting ready before looking at the website now. And so just for full clarification, I know there's also the 30-day notice. So should people be giving those notices now, or any other kind of alerts you would give people who are, aware that this is coming up?
It'd be great if workers know that they're applying, especially Monday, if they would be letting their employer know. And there is a 30-day notice requirement for folks who know that they are going to be out on paid leave. So it's a good time to do that if you haven't already.
Anything else, Diane? Got you there?
Nope. Thank
Okay.
you.
And I think Lisa maybe has a follow-up question. Go ahead, Lisa.
Yes, thanks. Just, a follow-up on that 30-day notice. In other words, this is a whole new program. Most people don't know it exists. So if they're not knowledgeable, thinking ahead, find out about it, and then they're not within that 30-day window, what will happen to them? Will they not be able to participate in this again for something that's a planned event, whether it be a surgery or birth of a child, those kinds of things?
Yeah, of course, it's difficult when we're starting a new program to make sure everybody understands all the requirements. So we are trying to do a lot of outreach to make sure people do understand those requirements. We also understand that some folks may not understand that they need to give the 30 days notice. So we'll be looking at places if somebody has missed that deadline where they would have good cause for us to waive that requirement, but we're still trying to get the word out. And this is a place where you can help us to encourage folks as soon as they have a known condition to let their employer know.
So there's sort of a grace period then likely on this in the beginning?
I wouldn't call it a grace period exactly, but I would say that we are going to be as flexible as we can because we know that this is something new for all of us. So.
Okay, thanks.
And Ben, I see your hand up, but I just want to make sure since we already had you, if anyone else, I don't see anyone else with their hand up. So go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, just a quick clarification. You'd mentioned payment can be through a prepaid card or else direct deposit. I just wanted to make sure that that means no paper checks would be mailed.
Checks are an option if requested, but they will take much longer to process. And so we are really encouraging folks to choose direct deposit or the prepaid Visa. Checks would only be issued in really rare circumstances.
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions at this time? Lisa, I see your hand up. You're your last one, Lisa. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Thanks, that's all right. Just, on that follow-up on that prepaid Visa. City of Portland, things did not work out too well with sending out Visa cards that either never arrived where they're supposed to, got in the wrong hands. It was a bit of a mess. What's the plan, with this one?
I mean, we do have experience at the agency, and David, you may want to speak to this, but we have a partnership with the bank that will be issuing those prepaid cards. We've been working very closely with them and in tight communication with them about what that will look like, the issuance of the cards, et cetera. So we feel we've done everything we can to prepare for that in that partnership. But David, I don't know if you want to also add to that.
Yeah, just that this is a vendor and a system that we've used with unemployment insurance. So our systems, we're used to working with each other. There's always the possibility of something getting lost in the mail. And when that happens, we coordinate with the vendor to make sure that the person can get a replacement card. But we have not seen large systemic challenges through the state contract of having the prepaid cards that we use for a number of state benefit programs.
Great, thanks, David.
Okay, great. Going to just take a beat here, see if we have any last minute questions. If not, then we will close this out. And again, you can always reach out to us through the communications email if you've got some follow-up questions. And I'm not seeing anything. So I'm going to thank everyone so much for your time. And I think that as a reminder, this call was recorded and we will send out the link to reporters who RSVP'd, and we will also post it on our media page on our website. Thank you as always for participating today and for your partnership to keep Oregonians informed about this exciting new program, Paid Leave Oregon. Thank you all.
Thanks, everyone. See you next week.
Thank you.